get it?
All right, well, the fans here on both sides showing a lot of gusto, especially that girl leading the cheer for Kongdoo Panthera.
She was out of control. She should get a job up here with us, honestly.
I think
she can do some yelling.
She's trying to give the Lunatic-Hai fans a run for their money.
Well, it was scarily close, and we know how terrifyingly loud the Lunatic-Hai fans are.
Yeah, she's doing a decent job.
Not too bad. Well, Rogue. Pretty standard composition here in the 2-2-2 variety on the defense. Not going for any Torbjorns or sneaky stuff like that this time around. Rascal hovering over a Widowmaker, but I think he's just playing with our hearts for the moment.
Well, we see this every now and then on attack on Hanamura, so honestly I wouldn't be too shocked if we see this
I just don't want to get my
through.
hopes up, you know?
That's true.
The Widow hopes.
You know, once upon a time I would tell you not to get your Bastion hopes up, but we actually saw this on Tuesday.
We did. We did.
And it was
an attack Bastion
it was
as well?
No, it was defense. But it was relatively successful. I think that definitely could have been better. But it altered the enemy play style and their mentality, so that was the big thing. But here we go. Rascal will be opening up on the Widowmaker. Already finds a one-tap headshot.
Yeah, nicely done. Taking a bit of damage. Has bought them some space here as well, as he did have to back away. So
already popped Nico out of the mech as well.
Yep, Void grabs that one. Soon actually getting healed up very effectively.
Birdring is just sitting on the point, capping that up. Almost got the first tick actually, and then wants to go in and try to kill Soon, who picks up that health pack.
Oh, very close. Grabbing that one. It is going to be Birdring that finishes off the kill. AKM grabs a Helix rocket shot onto the Zenyatta and takes him down.
I mean, while I appreciate winning the Tracer battle, honestly, I think Birdring should have just stayed in the point where no one was contesting him to get the first tick. They would be 33% closer to this cap at the moment.
Oh, this is looking pretty quick stuff. Kongdoo Panthera.
Oh, hello.
Yeah,
Monkey to the face.
Gotta watch out for that one, but he is going to die. Fisher is going to help save his Widowmaker.
They just turn it, and honestly, that's going to be the power of these Zenyatas coming through. Luffy with really good target selection for his Discord orbs.
Yeah, Rascal, taken down so low, but still wanting to be in this fight. You can see Luffy as well. He's so low. Don't worry about that, though. Rogue able to grab some kills back. So second tick has come in here for Kongdoo, but answered back by Rogue with a vengeance, as there's the nano-boosted Diva to tear them all up.
And again, maybe if Birdring stays inside the point, that's a cap instead, because you already have the 33%. I mean, you know, obviously things could transpire differently should that be the case, but I have to wonder, maybe the Tracer battle wasn't worth it. Either way, decent retake here for the side of Rogue. Have a couple ultimates to work with, including that Transcendence to buy them a lot of time on the point. Kongdoo Panthera already starting to push back in as Rascal takes the high ground.
Yeah. Sound barrier comes in. They're trying to get... Oh, nice shot onto Soon. Birdring now just doing what he can. Transcendence comes out to keep them all alive. There's the pushback. AKM's going to fall down, and now it's Kongdoo Panthera saying, yep, we're going to be able to get it this time. Everyone's jumping on this point, but Rogue has nowhere to go. Soon respawned, but that was otherwise basically a team wipe.
Yep, nice opening up there from Rascal, getting the hit through the window, and actually swaps over to the Ana.
Okay.
This is a triple support push.
Hey, we've seen triple DPS, seen triple tank. Now it's triple support. I like it.
This is interesting. Is this just going to be the full offense Ana, like Biotic Grenade to deny the heals from Rogue and then just try to chip out where he can? I mean, the damage isn't huge.
Maybe he was having so much fun on a sniper that he wanted to stay a sniper.
I mean, that's very possible. Oh, pulse pump out, decided to stick.
It was a cute little opportunity there to throw up onto the high ground. But
I think you take that opportunity if you have it.
Yeah, doesn't actually get the stick on anyone though, as Void's decent usage of his vantage point.
I'm really intrigued by this. This is, I mean, we've seen quad DPS, but honestly, I'm more interested in the triple support that they have going on at the moment.
It's almost quadra support because you've got that healing from Void as well. And we've seen Soldier 76 used as a pseudo support before.
This is so intriguing to me. Either way, though, first push is not really going to find any success to the side of Kongdoo Panthera. Still do have quite a bit of time on the clock. 4 minutes, 40 seconds here for them. But Rogue, they're holding on firmly. We know, if you get dug in on point B, just how long you can drain that time bank out, if not even just hold it the entire time and deny the take at all.
I do like the staying power of a triple support composition, you know? Like,
it's just so odd to me because they're pushing up, especially on this right flank where they have to operate into the hallway. Rascal, like, if he throws a biotic grenade, it's not going to be able to hit any enemies because unless he's the first man out, because it's going to clip one of his allies. So he won't be denying as much healing as he'd like. He will keep them topped off, but he also can't really get shots through because all of his shots are going to go into the allies instead of into the enemies.
Oh! He's
That's a
able
good
to take
start,
down
though.
Unco, though. Yeah, Void doing some work. Defense Matrix here just to try and stop them, but not sure whether it's going to be enough on the side of Nico. Void taking a lot of damage. The Primal Rage is a bit of a problem, but otherwise it's okay, and Rogue has finally found some kills back on the other side. Nico knocks Void out of the way. He's going to be able to claim this one as we've got a Winston battle. It's actually won by Nox, and Rogue once again pushed them off. 4 ultimates available on the side of Kongdoo Panthera. Rogue are answering with 4 of their own.
I don't know how to feel about this.
Perplexed?
Yep, just a little bit. They're still sticking with it. I mean, I guess they just really want the nano boost over onto the likes of Void.
Or Fisher. Could be an opportunity, but you're right, they do have that nano visor opportunity.
Doesn't connect. I mean, this does give them a lot of utility.
I just like how confusing it is.
It just seems to limit them so much as far as their damage output goes.
Sound Barrier is invested into this particular push. Pulse Bomb comes out and snaps back immediately, but doesn't find any of the kills. You see AKM, he's got his own nano visor happening, but not quite able to find any of the opportunities. They just wait this one out. As now the jump onto the point has come in for Fisher. The Primal Rage is there. He wants to knock them off the edge and stop this from coming in. They've almost got to that first tick, but are they going to be able to stay on this point for long enough and actually get some kills? They have managed to pick up soon. That is important.
Nico booped out, he will fall down, so the point ticks up just a little bit more. AKM going low, Biotic Grenade, you can see heals it back up, but Unco gets taken out. Rascal finding the snipes, and AKM finds the Helix Rockets yet again, but Rogue are still losing out on the exchanges. If not for those long runbacks from Kongdoo, this would be much more damning.
Yeah, Kongdoo Panthera now with everyone back up and alive. Few members still wanting to come back in, but they have made it to that first tick. Very, very important. We've got a nanoed up Diva running around on this point as well.
I mean, speaking of that, so almost another nano boost here as Rascal finds his, pops it out immediately.
Yep, throws it straight down. We know how good Rascal is at building up these ultimate charges. AKM, bit of a shooting gallery available as he just goes Soldier v Soldier, and Helix Rockets is opposite half in the face. Void's going to fall, and nicely done by Rogue. But first tick.
There we go.
Controlled.
Right. Rascal has swapped over to the Genji. So I can appreciate this. So single tank, double heal, triple DPS coming through for Kongdoo Panthera.
We've got some normalcy back again, Achilleos.
It was an interesting try. I mean, getting the double nano boost helps them get that first tick, but you would hope that it would find so much more for such an experimental composition to be running in a very crucial part of the game. I mean, match point right now, maybe 3-0ing Rogue.
Rascal's so
I don't know if you try
close
this.
to going down just there. Needs to go back and grab some heals.
Oh.
That is going to be the kill though. Wins picks up that one onto Void, so a whole lot of that damage now missing. And the attack visor also not available as well, crucially. So a minute to go, and Kongdoo Panthera still need to wait for their soldier to come back.
Yeah, it's been over a 3.5 minute hold so far for Rogue, and they only give up the first tick on the point.
Still important to have that first tick.
Oh, it certainly is.
Yeah.
So how much faster they could have capped the first point, point A.
Yeah.
They had it.
Panthera's defense is going to be a little bit easier. Discord Orb flies out there from Luffy. Decent high ground position from Kongdoo Panthera. They throw down the sound barrier. Looks like this could be their last opportunity to try and get this point capped already with a couple of picks as soon as Nox fall down. Thanks to that attack visor from Void up on the high ground here, doing a lot of work.
Oh, but Nico's just so annoying right now, sticking in that mech for so long and tossing out the self-destruct as well, but the bubble comes through, but he still finds
picks
Fisher.
Up one onto Fisher, yeah. Nox is able to take down Rascal as well as Rogue are fighting this one back. Luffy able to get a couple of kills, but everyone's falling left, right, and center. Nox as well with good positioning away from Void's prying eyes. Now jumps onto the point, just trying to get anything more. Looks like this is going to wear down though, so good defense from Rogue. You can see there are improvements. Oh, Fisher does make his way onto the point, but I haven't. Oh god, okay, here it is.
Yep.
Never mind.
And it's just going to be one after the other. Recall out, dash back in.
The parade onto the point, Achilleos. It's like the credit scene in Donkey Kong Country 1, if you've ever seen it. All the enemies sort of just parade past. Precisely what it looked like. God, that was a reference from like 1994.
Well, 37.1% is what was accrued for the likes of Kongdoo Panthera. Try out the triple support push.
Yeah.
And they suffer for it. Just a bit there.
Probably not the place for trying out something
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
that experimental
When you're at match point, when you can actually 3-0 Rogue and kind of shut up the naysayers and say like, oh, well, you know, you probably wouldn't have won that series against Lunatic-Hai anyway,
and, like,
or you don't
keep
deserve
your
it.
hopes
Like,
alive, right? Like
that too. Yeah, to also
Jesus,
not have to
this
rely
is so important. Exactly.
on Mighty AOD finding a victory. It's pretty poor timing, in my opinion, to try that one out. But instead, they're going to go ahead, opt in for the Torbjorn on defense.
I like it.
This
much more fun.
This I can actually support.
Yeah, would you say that Torbjorn's sort of like a support? Like the double tank single supported Luffy with the heals, but I mean, you're still throwing armor around, stuff like that. You're somewhat supportive.
The thing that I don't understand necessarily is...
See, that support is just hammering on to Luffy.
Well, I was going to say, I don't necessarily understand Rascal.
Yes.
Can he make it?
He did it. Nicely done.
All right, well, I don't necessarily understand Rascal running the Torbjorn and having Waka Waka go over onto the soldier. Seems like you would kind of want the Lucio player.
Well, Waka Waka was originally a flex player, of course.
This
is
is
only
true.
Recently moved back to support.
But still, maybe Rascal is going to be showing off some beautiful headshots on the left click.
This is when you know that he's a Torbjorn player, by the way. Having the free ult charge from a forward-placed turret, it's important, man. You can get like 10% from the first push. And then he just puts it down again. He's got time to set it up.
As soon as they spot this Helix rocket, it's like they're going to pick it up. Oh, don't even have to use it.
Deflect is pretty dang good. But see, 10%. Already done. My point has been proven.
All right, well, for now, soon getting ready to wrap around the back. Knows exactly where that next turret is. Works it down low. Takes it out.
Yeah, very nicely done. Nullifying that Torbjorn pretty quickly here. Waka Waka. Zone is there. Taking a lot of damage from those Helix rockets. A-Camp's tracking is just so good. Gets a whole lot of damage in from the side, but thankfully for Kongdoo Panthera, they do have healing available. Luffy's going to be able to help get his team back up, but now you can see high ground advantage is here as another turret is going to fall down. AKM making sure that that Torbjorn is just not doing anything, and they easily stroll onto this point.
Oh, and he finds Rascal.
God.
That might just be the swap off, honestly, as his point's getting ready to go over. First tick about to come through, and only AKM going down on the side of Rogue. Then you fire back and get rid of Nico as well, so Waka Waka opening things up a little bit for his team. It's not going to be the recipient of that ultimate, but the Pulse Bomb snuffs out his flame.
Yep. Well, nicely done. So Rogue are going to be able to lock down point number 1 by the looks of things. Kongdoo Panthera need to set themselves up for an extended stay at point 2 if they want to be able to take this series. Remember, it's only that first tick. 37%, I believe you said, if you want an aggregate number.
Yeah, 37.1 is all that Rogue needs. So just past that first tick, and then the map is theirs. They're making this a series. See if they can do it as they pile in.
Yeah, another turret is going to fall down. It's Wins that has his turn to grab that one.
Molten Core comes up, but is actually not going to find anything there.
Yeah, the turret had already fallen down as well, which is the main part of that Molten Core, which is a big problem. Still, decent kills to come back, 1 for 2 now in favor of Kongdoo Panthera, so should still be able to have some control as Birdring dashing around and being a menace. Oh, really nice aim. Projectiles coming out of this Genji.
Rascal going to change things up now. Moves over onto the Sombra.
I like it.
I like this a bit more compared to the...
And it has been so effective on defense here as well in a lot of these 2-point capture maps. Mostly Volsky, we've seen it really used to great success, but we'll see what Rascal can make happen here on Hanamura. And there's the jump in from Winston. Vision takes too much damage though. Does of course have the ultimate if he wants to keep himself up, but gets healed. Luffy's going to be taken down though. Rogue with a good start to this one soon, just taking names off to the side. Getting that flank in exactly where he wants to, and Fisher, that was desperation on the Primal Rage.
I mean, he's just trying to keep them all back into the corner, but the Discord Orbs come through and they just rip right through them.
And Birdring's going to be taken down. AKM as well continues to do work. And in goes Rascal once again. Rogue just getting kills everywhere. Waka Waka's taken down AKM, so it's a lot of the damage missing, but can't quite find the hacks onto any of these targets. Can Rascal, and he's just going to get obliterated soon. Just always able to get himself into the right spots.
They'll need a couple more percentage here, but still the defense is holding from Kongdoo Panthera as they maintain their spot on top of the point.
Yep.
So, we'll see Rogue just keep piling in.
Yeah, nicely done from Waka to get himself onto that point. Helix Rocket takes down Soon as well.
All right, I apologize, Waka. You can play the soldier.
Damn right I can.
The Torbjorn didn't play out quite as well as you might have hoped.
Remember,
there,
like,
though.
hit scan is one of those things that, like, so many of these players come from other FPSs, and Soldier is probably the one that translates the best. You know?
There are no other FPSs. There's only Overwatch. For time immortal, it's been the only one. This is the first-person shooter ever made.
All right. Here I was thinking that Quake was. Is that not a? That wasn't first person. Never mind. All right, never mind. Okay, AKM. Lots of damage.
Yeah, Fisher is really low. Makes it out with his life though. Has to use the bubble. They want to drop the EMP. Rascal's holding on to it. Goes low. Actually gets taken out before he can cast it.
Yep, the Transcendence is flying in here, and Rogue are really able to capitalize on this one. Self-destruct was there. Sound barrier to keep them all healthy.
Oh, that's it.
That's going to be it. And Rogue are going to win the 2-point capture, bringing us to game number 4. Is the Kongdoo curse this strong, Achilleos?
That's a question that they have to be asking themselves right now. Rogue, on all of the maps that they could have found success on finally, it was the 2-point capture. They win Hanamura.
Some beautiful irony.
Yep, now they're going to be moving on to the escort maps. See how well they can work the payload, because it's been rough for them so far. But maybe that victory is enough to get into the heads of Kongdoo Panthera, plant that seed of a reverse sweep, have them be affected by it.
Well, I mean, we heard it was definitely on their minds in that initial video that we saw. So Rogue probably with a bit more confidence, coming off what was very difficult map type, having not had to play it in the past. So, Kongdoo Panthera, remember, this is basically their apex hopes are on the line here. Yep. Anything that they had control of ends basically here if they can't find the victory.
You can hear right there, tactical pause going to be called out. One of our teams seems to be perhaps Kongdoo Panthera. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and initiate this. So 3 minutes on the clock for both of these squads. Good moment as well. Good timing, you'd have to say, for Rogue. Finally finding that victory, now getting ready to go into the escort map. So,
yeah, I'm probably happy to have a bit of a pause for themselves as well and gather.
Figure out what map, that they expect Kongdoo Panthera to take.
The other question here as well is this pause possibly for mental reasons at the same time? I mean, make sure that you can reset. Just say, look, there's no such thing as a Kongdoo curse. You just got to do what you've already done. I mean, we haven't had an escort map just yet, but it's basically the same. We'll see exactly what is going to happen here, because their ability to control payload movement has actually looked very, very good. We saw on Numbani.
And honestly, I wouldn't be too shocked if we see Kongdoo Panthera return to Dorado. They picked this one against Lunatic-Hai. It was a 2-3. They only got the point B. Lunatic-Hai made it all the way to C. But we could see them go for that, because this is going to be one that is, not that much played here for Rogue so far. We haven't seen them bring this one out.
Well, still a whole bunch of question marks, and also the first time that we are going to see Kongdoo Panthera choose a map for themselves as well. So this could be what this discussion is about as well.
Either way, going to be a bit risky. We saw how far forward, how aggressively Rogue likes to play on these escort maps.
In the room here for Rogue.
Trying to hold down the fort, bring everybody together, keep the mentality strong.
That's what this is all about. But definitely a whole lot of concern. Rogue know that this is going to be a statement match for them. Don't want to drop this particular game, because Kongdoo Panthera, I mean, if you can put basically a nail in the coffin for these guys, guarantee themselves that second spot under Lunatic-Hai in order to make it out of this, expectedly, of course, in this particular group.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, they get the win, they come in second place at least. Maybe something happens with Lunatic-Hai, they don't get as clean of victories, maybe they actually get taken down by Mighty, and then the hopes of Kongdoo Panthera kept alive for a little bit longer, but at the moment, Rogue, if they can pull this off, would be looking to go to second place. But they still have a long way to go, 2 more maps in a row that they need to take off of Kongdoo in order to close this out with a victory.
You certainly have the opportunity to do so. We'll just see whether they can actually do it.
I think they'd be very happy if Kongdoo were to pick up Gibraltar, but I doubt that that was gonna that would happen.
Oh man, I would be happy too.
After that massive, crushing victory that Rogue had.
Would like any sort of map that Kongdoo can get back into these sort of far compositions that they have been able to make work so well, and Rogue looked quite uncomfortable when we were seeing those maps. But tactical pause is over. Now time to find out what our first escort map of the night is going to be. Of course, 3-0 for Afreeca Freecs Blue. We missed out on it. Kilios?
Yeah, didn't make it this far in the first set. This one was looking like it was going to be similar, but does get dragged on a little bit further here as Rogue do not want to go down without a fight. So they're going to go ahead, stick in this series, try to complete that reverse sweep.
Made pretty short work of Panthera as well. I was impressed with how they played that one out. What is it going to be? Feeling Dorado.
Nope, it's actually going to be Route 66.
Ooh, okay.
We haven't seen a whole lot of Route 66.
No.
So this will be a bit of a change-up here. Maybe catch Rogue a bit off guard. We'll
Definitely
see.
a lot of aerial space as well. We've seen a lot of the Farah compositions be utilized, so I do like the choice from Kongdoo Panthera.
I'm surprised to not see that Dorado.
Yeah, so am I.
Given the closeness of it against Lunatic-Hai. And then also just having, that was their selection before, so they had shown priority on that map pick, but they want to go opt in for Route 66, so something that is very underplayed at the moment.
Throwing some spanners in the works, Kilios. And it looks like Rogue aren't too upset about it as well.
Yeah, a couple smiles on the face, so that's good.
Looking very, very focused.
Keeping the spirits high, which is exactly what you need to do in this situation.
Yeah.
So good on the coaches, good on Holt. Go in there, chat up the team, make sure that they're mentally prepared to take on Route 66 and Kongdoo Panthera.
Well, we'll see whether they can do it as we hop onto Route 66 right now.
Get it?
The guy chanting for Rogue is starting to lose his voice a little bit there.
Certainly has. Rogue looking to try and make this a reverse sweep. I think his voice is just going to be gone by the last.
I mean,
last
it
map.
just shows how dedicated he really is. He's giving it his all every time he leads that chant.
Absolutely perfect.
But a pretty packed audience here tonight.
Yeah, good
Can't
turnout.
imagine how crazy it'll get in here if that reverse sweep comes through, or even if it just goes to map number 5.
I'm soon going to have a bit of a rest. This is good, you need that meditation. Who needs a tactical pause when you can utilize the first 30 seconds to just sit down, just chill out, get yourself all in order.
So it looks like we're just going to be having the 2-2-2 here from Rogue on the defense, AKM yet again on the Soldier. And likely not going to see them play forward at all, should just be on top of Big Earls.
Yeah.
That defense, have the bubble from Nox to try to deny a little bit of damage. Then it all comes down to that target selection. Go on to whoever wins pops with that Discord Orb. Scouting coming through. Luffy sees that they're not going to be playing up into that little tunnel.
Zenyatta comes in, so Birdring actually committing to this Widowmaker as well. We'll see where Rogue are going to come from. It's waiting off to the side. They're going to let this payload make it most of the way to Big Earls.
Start rounding that first corner. No need to go ahead and contest further up than they are at the moment. See how this is going to play out for Birdring. Has Waka Waka basically pocketing him, making sure that he's boosted up on that Widowmaker damage.
Yep. See whether Birdring can actually find these shots. Well, Soon is going to actually find him from the side, but you can see the Mercy really helping out. Oh, that was very, very close. They were needing that pick.
Doesn't quite find it. Soon's coming back in for another pass on a Birdring. For the hits, but can't quite get it. Still has the heals coming through.
He's just buying
Looking
so
for the headshot.
much time. There
Hits
it
him in
is.
the back. Oh dear. All right. Well, decent push coming off the bat here for Kongdoo Panthera as they keep things moving. A little over halfway there. Rogue Just waiting, kiting back as a team so they can come back in maybe for last second contention.
But this first point, if they can actually just make it all the way up here, which it looks like they're possibly going to be able to, very dangerous times. There's the recon. Going to be able to throw that one out, and Birdring actually able to pick up the mech with that mine. Oh, dangerous. Baby Diva just going to get bunted in the back of the head.
Oh, yep. And they just help take out Nox as well, so already a strong start. And actually, Rascal, he's got the Dragon Blade going. Picks up 2 as he gets rid of Winds and Unco.
Just no more targets left for him, though.
Yeah.
Grabs that first couple of kills, but there's just no one left to take down. And Birdring, this is the least sniping and the most meleeing and, you know, the poison.
Left-clicking.
Yeah, the poison mine there as well. That's the kills that he's been getting in this game.
I mean, other than that, he's been, you know, chunking people out.
Oh, yeah,
right off the bat, you know, like really working down Nox, getting rid of the Diva mech. So, pretty good stuff. Pulse Bomb came through, but looks like it might have been eaten up there by a Diva.
Yeah, Rogue actually going to switch up the composition to the triple DPS once again as Rascal able to take down Nox. Dangerous stuff as there's a perfect shot over onto Nico. Soon does manage to find revenge onto Birdring. There's too much missing now on the side of Rogue and everyone's being taken down. It looks like this payload doesn't know how to stop. They've removed the brakes, and Kongdoo are most certainly just running all the way through.
It's like Speed, you know, like
yeah.
Keanu Reeves and Sandra
Keep
Bullock.
it at 60.
Yeah.
Got it.
Except that payload is going maybe 6. They have to keep it at 6. If it goes
Yeah,
below that,
it's
then
more like that Father Ted episode.
Everybody will die.
Where it goes at like 10 kilometers per hour or something like that. It's just hilarious. Rascal jumping around here, as you can see. Oh my goodness. Birdring switching over to the Soldier. Takes down AKM. Fisher gets rid of Unco there as well. Panthera certainly don't want to go to a game number 5. The Kongdoo curse is something that they don't want to deal with.
I mean, you see, they're trying to delay as best as they possibly can with Nox popping the Primal Rage, but he's really not even on top of the payload. Just pops it, leaps away, gets himself out safely, but the payload just keeps on moving, and it's going to go ahead and
this
lock
push looks
into
like
point B.
Kongdoo just have like an extra 2 players on their team. This is not the coordination that we were expecting out of Rogue after their Mighty AOD series.
Not at all.
Still a few ultimates to come up for Rogue. They do have at least the Pulse Bomb. Oh, yes, soon just being annoying.
He thinks better of that one. Landed behind the payload, not on it, so didn't have a position to go ahead and drop that Pulse Bomb. So says, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and dip out of here real quick. But going to be matched 2-2 as far as the ultimates are concerned. Nice hook in here from Birdring. Already takes down that suit very low on Nico.
Yeah, there's going to be the Pulse Bomb, though, coming out from Soon. Able to take down Luffy, which is a big deal. But Rascal just cuts them all apart. Nox able to at least answer that now that he's switched over. No, sorry, on the Winston. I thought he was a Reinhardt for a second there, but no, Birdring, he's going to be the one switching. Grabs himself the Roadhog and actually able to grab that kill onto Soon as well. I hope that was from a hook.
Transcendence thrown down, but they don't really pick up anything. In fact, they just lose Soon on the exchange. Finally do find Birdring. Back visor comes out for AKM, looking for a bit more, but the boop comes through. Knocks him back behind the semi, and he actually just gets taken out by Void in the meantime.
It looks like Kongdoo Panthera just have an answer to everything.
Oh,
there's the Earth Shadow throwing down as well. Just perfect ult combination from this Kongdoo Panthera side. This is a masterclass in escort, as they are making their way to this point. 3 minutes on the clock.
Sound barrier out from Rogue. They're going to try to buy some time. It's basically their last stand.
Answering sound barrier comes in, though, as there's the self-destruct just to push them back. I'm not sure whether it's going to be enough. I mean, Nico trying to create some discord on the side of Kongdoo Panthera, but they're pushing through so well. There's the Nano Hog.
Suit keeps him alive, but he does die right there as he takes out Nico's suit. Kongdoo Panthera might be biting off a little bit more than they can chew. I say that, though, but Rascal actually just fires away. Fisher as well, swinging his way to success, takes out Nico and wins the payload. Just a couple meters away, 4.6 all they need. As Nox comes back in, drops down the barrier.
He's trying to be the hero that they need, but there is only 4 meters to go, and the payload is still creeping ever closer to the end of this escort map. It's Route 66 was Kongdoo Panthera's decision, and you can see why.
Really well practiced, really well played from them overall, just really outskilling Rogue on this push so far. Self-destruct comes through, finds Winds, they get Unco as well, that's all the supports, and Fisher throws down the Earth Shatter.
Just amazing, the Earth Shatter was perfect, and that's gonna be it. Kongdoo Panthera, with about 2.5 minutes remaining, just waltz towards the end. And yep, I mean, the speed reference is definitely the most effective one, Achilles. You hit that nail right on the head. That was stunning. And I don't know what the coach was saying in that booth in that tack pause, but my God, it must have been doling out the Michael's secret stuff.
I mean, I don't even know which one of the members on Kongdoo Panthera would be Keanu, but either way, he got those people off the bus. They rescued them all. They got the payload into the final point.
So many Sandra Bullocks were saved today.
So much time on the payload for them, and now all the pressure in onto Rogue. After their first map victory on Hanamura, have to go the distance all the way to the finish, and hopefully with some time in the bank.
Well, Rogue, it's all on the line now. They need to get such a good push. I told a lie before, it was 2.5 minutes. It was only 2 minutes in the time bank.
That's still
quite a bit. Good.
We see a lot of people finishing these payloads, these hybrid maps with in overtime. So a lot of times there's not even any time bank for them. So to have 2 minutes 6 seconds is pretty damn good for Kongdoo Panthera.
Yep. And it was just such a casual maneuver. Just immediately, I can't really, it's hard to comprehend just how easy it was for Kongdoo Panthera at the beginning. Normally there's far more of a contest just after Big Earls, and especially on this Streets phase as well, when there's so many avenues of attack. Just Rogue were absent.
Really late transition here from Rascal. See what he's going to move over to. It's going to be Tracer. All right, so he can rejoin the team very swiftly.
Yeah, Birdring actually going to go on the defensive Widowmaker this time.
Yeah, trying to boost him up again. He's going to be looking for that intro shot. Up here with a grappling hook, turn, trying to get a headshot to open up the map. If he can find somebody like Unko or Soon, that'd be huge. Jump sip, not going to get anything.
Big fat Winston.
He gets a shot on the Nox, but outside of that, he's just going to be giving some ultimate meterage over to the side of the likes of Unko.
Yeah, now trying to just get himself into a position where he can possibly just body shot Soon to
Oh,
there it is!
Yep.
Like I said, body shot Soon to death.
Yeah, just takes him out. Really nicely done.
The body,
no Tracer.
The benefit of having that Mercy boosting you means that Tracer's just gonna die.
It's such a small window as well to actually get that shot off, but he finds it perfectly. So really nicely done. See if he can keep going with this. It's already 50% of the way towards that infra site.
Yeah. Oh, able to get a whole bunch of hits here as this
there
dive, not quite enough. Birdring just grabs Nox. Now flying around, we'll see what he can get. Oh, that was so close to a headshot there onto AKM. Just creating some discord. There it is. Nico not going to be able to find any deflection on that particular bullet.
Oh boy. Rogue fans, not like this.
Not like this.
Well, they got to be saying at the moment. To get shut out. If this is just a full hold for Kongdoo Panthera to win the set, to reinstill confidence in themselves after getting reverse swept against the Lunatic-Hai, to keep their hopes alive to make it into the round of 8, this would be one hell of a statement. A lot of work to be done by Rogue at the moment as Waka Waka already has that res ready to go.
One hell of a story here as well for Kongdoo. The Kongdoo organization here in Overwatch as well, with all of the switch-ups that they've made, all of the fact that it's just been interesting decisions, but no, Rogue is answering back for the moment.
We may start, but that's going to be the res. Brings them both back to life.
Make sure everyone is still alive. Rascal and Void very, very low though. Have to be careful. Rascal is going to be falling. Nico takes down Fisher as well. Transcendence was thrown out.
Unko trying to keep them all alive here, and several kills coming through. It's really just Birdring, and as I say that, he goes down. The pulse bomb from Soon finds him.
I feel like we cast a curse Kongdoo Panthera there just a little bit.
We might have done that. Oh well.
Unfortunate.
Either way, Rogue will not back down. 4.5 minutes on the clock for these guys as they move into the Streets phase. Still a long ways to go if they want to make this. It was a decent first hold to start things off here from Panthera. They're actually going to be sticking in with this Widowmaker so far, but Fisher goes down right off the bat. Sunko finds a kill. Just poking in from the backside.
Yeah, really good harassment here from Soon as well, just to make sure that everyone has to respect him. AKM going down so low. I believe that was a mine as the self-destruct comes in. AKM takes down Rascal. And Rogue really coming back to life here in this Streets phase.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Just pushing so far forward, shoving Kongdoo Panthera back towards the spawns and coming up with multiple kills. They chase in, they get Birdring. Nico going off on the Diva.
Man possessed.
Here we go. What looked like a very rough start. Just gets completely spun on its head as Rogue are basically replicating the performance of Kongdoo Panthera at this point, just shoving that payload all the way in towards point B.
They're making Route 66 look like the easiest attack escort map in the game right now, Achilles. Both of these teams with pretty dominating attack performances.
And Primal Rage getting popped up there by Fisher, and Unco uses the Transcendence. Keeps him alive and soon goes down.
Yeah, it's going to be the answering kill, though, as AKM takes down Luffy, and the attack visor now comes in. Void looking for some kills. Doesn't have too many options, though, as Rascal was dancing in there. AKM just takes him down with the Helix Rocket. That's going to be the end of that. Absolutely nothing there, as Rascal just crit with like 2 bullets and just dies.
Yeah, Fisher buys him a little bit more time. Luffy sneaking around the payload. Just draining a couple seconds off the time bank, but here we go. 4 minutes, 18 seconds available for Rogue. Half of that time, all they need to match Kongdoo Panthera. If they can get it done faster, it would be one hell of a turnaround for them. Keep their hopes alive and force out that map 5.
This is the test for Rogue, though, because Fisher's now on that Reinhardt that we've seen him do so much work on, especially on Numbani earlier on. He's Earth Shattered to honestly win them that map. See whether he can have another one of those, but it's not going to be helpful if Rascal's just dead.
Yeah, that's a good start. He's going straight in on the Discord Orb target now, looking for Bird Ring. Gets him. 2 picks already coming through for the Tracer. Soon having a much better performance now.
Yeah, Pulse Bomb flew out, but was eaten by the Diva.
It's 4 members dead. Void getting ready to get popped out of that mech suit. Can he make it back? The answer is going to be no.
Oh, really good.
The payload, look how close this is already.
Yeah, exactly right. And look, this time bank is actually even going to be bigger than what Kongdoo Panthera were able to put together. Still, another opportunity for a defense. Can they actually do it? Kongdoo Panthera know that it's all on the line right now. They do stop it. It's got 2.5 meters to go as the Transcendence comes in from Rogue. They really want to try and answer this, but it's going to be Bird Ring grabbing wins. AKM answering back, but he's going to fall immediately. Rascal grabs that kill. Kongdoo Panthera have lost 2. It's only 2 missing on both sides, but Rogue, can they break through this defense?
They're trying to just go ahead and shove them off, have that Primal Rage coming through, but the Earth Shatter comes through from Fisher, trying to keep their hopes alive, pin it on the Nox, they take him out, throws out the Flame Strike. Won't find much else other than a little bit of percentage going back up for another Earth Shatter, but it's 1.38 meters here for Kongdoo Panthera. The hopes that they have alive all ride on those few feet that a Rogue have to close the distance on. The picks are coming through for Kongdoo. They're staving this off, at least for the moment. The rollback should start happening here soon.
Bird Ring will almost have that whole hog available as well relatively soon, so it can push them off this point. They do try and go for these dives. 2 minutes. Rogue know that they just need to try and cap this point. Now the time bank is going to be in favor of Kongdoo if this is going to be pushed forward. Panthera have set themselves up now to get some control.
I mean, Bird Ring can really make or break a push from the side of Rogue. If he finds Unco or wins, gets rid of him, that's 1 less support, no Transcendence coming through. So look for those hooks, that one missing out. Rollback comes through just a little bit. It's about 5 meters or so to go for Rogue, so still extremely
Nox.
close.
He's going to get picked off. Bird Ring actually grabbed that one. Self-destruct was there, just thrown out. Not actually found. Oh my goodness, it's Unco that's able to pick up 2 with these orbs. A Pulse Bomb onto Fisher as well. As soon gets his angle. Luffy's going to die at the same time. Without that frontline, Rogue look to be able to push this one forward. Yeah, can Kongdoo utilize this in order to stay alive though? Unco says no as he picks up 2 kills.
There's no one on it, they have to get on it.
Oh my god, that's almost a team wipe.
Fisher goes down, that should be it. Luffy pushing his way in, but they're gonna go ahead, they're gonna finish this push.
Oh god,
by
Rascal.
the look of it. Too many members dead, they complete the push. And Rogue keep their hopes alive. 1 minute 10 seconds, I believe, on that time bank. So almost
That's
a full
exactly
minute shorter than that of Kongdoo's, but they extend the map, they keep it alive. It all comes down to this, the tiebreaker.
And Rogue, I mean, they're certainly playing with the fans' hearts. They win the 2-point capture, now bring us to this tiebreaker on Escort on Route 66 after what was an utterly abysmal defensive phase. Then their attack phase was fantastic. Kongdoo Panthera really not necessarily finding a foothold there on the defense until the very end.
I gotta say, really excellent job by both Unco and Soon, especially those two, on that final push. Unco coming up with so many kills, on the Zenyatta, like double into Transcendence to just keep it going, make sure that that push is maintained. Soon coming up with multiple kills, you know, Pulse Bomb, getting rid of the Reinhardt, straight in onto Rascal, just finishing them off, just working through them. So really solid performance from them, because I mean, soon he started off the day really strong, especially on Oasis in in University, and then it kind of fell off a little bit from there. He was losing out on those Tracer battles to the likes of Bird Ring, to Rascal when he was operating on it, and this has just been a good turnaround performance from him.
Yeah. Certainly been impressive, but they have to keep it up. All of these players. Only a minute 10. Already ticking down. A lot of this is going to be done in overtime, Achilleos, I have a feeling.
Almost certainly. I mean, if they could get it all the way to point A in less than a minute, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, it almost doesn't
But, I mean, that's a good
enough.
start.
Birdring, yeah, he's going to fall down. Unco, I don't know what is happening right now.
He is bloodthirsty on this Zenyatta right now. So finds another one. They keep the push going. Strong stuff.
Kongdoo just waiting to get their 6 back in order, but soon just being frustrating off to the side. Birdring's going to need to answer that as Unco's still. I feel like we need to keep the camera on this guy and find out like how he's hitting all of these orbs so perfectly. Discords fly out. Rascal's able to pick up soon. Nico's going to lose his mech. AKM falls as well as Void is playing fantastically well off to the side now.
All right, decent little fire back there, but yeah, Nox goes down. So Rascal will have to sprint his way back in. Only member that has an ultimate right now on the side of Kongdoo Panthera. A couple members not too far off. Waka Waka just now getting the resurrection. That could be the one that turns the tide. Keeps them in this.
Self-destruct is available here as well very, very soon on the side of Kongdoo Panthera as the res is also there. Nox is going to die. Unco dead as well. That is 3 down. And Kongdoo Panthera might just put an end to the hopes in the overtime right here. My God. Birdring with so much damage off to the side, and the attack fires are doing the work.
That's going to be it. Soon goes back in, tags in onto the point, but nobody else can get there in time. The overtime will tick down. And it's just about 62 meters. All that Kongdoo Panthera need.
This is going to have to be a heroic defense. And there's, remember, an extra minute for Kongdoo as well. That 2 minutes and 10 that they're able to lock down with their breeze through on the attack.
I mean, we've seen so many teams complete the pushes in overtime, but Rogue just one after the other. The ultimates coming in much swifter for the side of Kongdoo Panthera. They have plenty to layer. They have the backup of the Resurrect available for them. They find the victory there, stop out the push, and now don't have too far to go, just to the far corner of Big Earls.
Yep, can't even get to the parking lot of Big Earls. That is disappointing. I'm not even sure whether there is one, really. However, it's certainly not in the middle of the road. So unfortunate stuff for Rogue fans, but they still have an opportunity to hold. 2 minutes is not a massively large amount of time. It is still going to be so difficult.
For the distance that has to be achieved,
yeah,
2 minutes is, on paper, plenty of time for Kongdoo Panthera. But like you said, one hell of a defense here for the side of Rogue. See, that's why they're pulling out all the stops. They're playing very far forward. This is going to be high risk, high reward. If they get picked off right at the beginning, it's going to be a big opening for Kongdoo to go ahead and close this set out with a 3-1. They do have their staple triple DPS coming through. Nico operating back in over onto that Genji.
Yeah, Luffy actually finds them off to the side there as well, so nice scouting. Birdring getting charged up, wanting to try and grab some of these kills from the really forward positioning of Rogue. Yeah, Nox already taken out, wins to follow. That is frontline and support already removed. Oh my God, Kongdoo, what is this?
Is absolutely ripping through them. Rascal winning the Genji battle as well. Soon gets the recall off on Tracer, but he's still basically dead to rights. He'll fall in the end. The boop from the D.Va takes him out. Recalls coming through from Rogue. They have wins to speed them up. They can contest this, but it's still going to be so very close. The payload is going to get quite a bit of distance gained on this push.
Only a couple of opportunities here for any sort of wipes. I feel like they're not going to be able to make it back in after this one, so last-ditch defense from Rogue to try and stop this payload. Soon gets himself up there, but now you can hear the music. We are closing in already.
Good start though, Nico opening up Rascal, getting rid of him. Good pick off, and you can see Kongdoo Panthera, they don't want to fight this in the 5v6. They want to go in this full members ready to go, so Rascal can dash around the backside, finish off multiple low members as Birdring tries to open up their HP bars. Bomb comes through, finds him though, so nice pick off. Just buying more and more time, still 45 seconds on the clock. And about 15 meters left for Kongdoo Panthera.
Yeah, we've got to have the respawn coming in from Birdring there as well. Soon's taken down by Luffy, the answering god of the Zenyatta.
Can he get it done? No, Nico! That's going to be so crucial. Loses the Dragon Blade. He only gets a couple swipes off. No kills coming through.
And loses his life as well. It's so important to keep members alive.
And they get Unco.
This is so dangerous. The payload starts moving again. No distance remaining. This is so close. As Soon wants to get himself onto the point. He snaps himself back. He survives for a moment, but oh my god.
That's going to be it.
Is going ballistic. This is going to be Kongdoo Panthera keeping their hopes alive in game number 4. No longer relying on Mighty AOD to win over Lunatic-Hai.
And you can see it from the players' reactions. You can hear it from the crowd. Absolutely exploding. Korea, reigning Supreme as Fisher picks up the flag. It's a little bit charred out, that flag. They went, they went through the meat grinder.
Well,
on those
they did
last
on
2
2-point
maps,
capture as well.
But Kongdoo, they keep it going for themselves. They give Rogue their first loss in Apex Season 3. And they deny them what would have almost certainly been a guaranteed second place.
Some disbelief on the faces of the Rogue players. Still, of course, going to do a lot of development as they get used to being here in Korea and stuff like that. I definitely know about, moving to a completely new country, even if they're not going to be here permanently. So, see what's going to happen with Rogue in future weeks. But Kongdoo Panthera, just a fantastic performance tonight, and was certainly not a team faltering. It was Kongdoo Panthera just looking better, honestly, in most of the situations.
I mean, the start of that game